Okay, let's all take a moment and kind of reflect back on to when we were all 8 years old, okay? Many of us were learning how to ride a bike, or we were worried about getting cooties from the other girls and boys at school. Well, little Emma Sumner is not your average 8-year-old. She's already written her first book. It's titled The Fairies of Waterfall Island, The Search for the Missing Crystal. And here to tell us more about it is none other than Emma herself and, of course, her very proud father, Sean, because we couldn't leave him at home because this is very exciting stuff here. So, Emma, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming here on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. Tell our viewers about your book. What's the story about?
So the story is basically about these 4 fairies and these 2 humans, and they have to join forces to get the crystal back because it's been stolen by somebody.
That's fantastic. Have you always liked reading and writing?
Yeah, I've pretty much always liked reading and writing. I've been always a little bit early on it because I love to read and I love to write.
So you've always loved to read and you started reading at a very early age.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And then when did you first start writing? Do you remember? Do you remember when you wrote your first, what was it, a poem? Did you make books at home yourself? How did you get started?
Well, I was in kindergarten and we've been learning sight words and stuff. And I've had really nice teachers, and they'd have us write our names, or every day we'd write, learn a new word, and then at home I just always just keep writing what I did.
Yeah, and then your story just kind of came together, and you're like, I'm gonna make this a book. And Sean, you have to be very excited and very proud of your daughter. What role did you play in her? Writing a book. Check this out. She wrote this. This is amazing. You're actually dressed like the fairy. I understand that the fairy on here, this dress was an inspiration for her outfit.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes. Check this out. Look, and she looks absolutely adorable in her blue dress today, too, by the way. But Sean, tell us, though, so what role did you play in Emma's creation of this book?
Well, I'm extremely proud of her because she did a lot of this herself. She came to me and she's the one that said, I want to write a story. I want to write a book. And at first, I almost didn't believe that she would follow through with it, so I actually gave her a challenge that said, you know what, go and write 150 words and come back to me, and after that, we'll see if you're really serious, then we'll go further with this. And later that night, she came back with... That night.
Wow, you are serious.
She came back with 171 words and 4 characters and their descriptions and plans for 10 extra chapters and just ready to write. So I'm extremely proud of what she's done with that and the follow-through, because it took almost a full year for her to write.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fact that she chose to give all the proceeds from the first 3 months to a charity that she loves.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so all the proceeds from this book that you are selling, you're also donating. So who are you donating to, Emma?
I'm donating it to a charity called Autism Speaks, because growing up as a kid, I had a neighbor and he had autism, so I've always had a special connection with autism, and yes, 100 of the proceeds were going to go to Autism Speaks.
It's very, very, very impressive and very exciting to see that you are so dedicated to creating wonderful stories that I hope inspire other young kids, because the truth is there's a lot of children that have a challenge with reading and writing, but seeing you love it so much and then create this passion to make your own book, I hope really inspires others too to do the same thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that after I told them about my book, I have a couple of my friends started writing a book.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so you're creating other 8-year-old authors. I have to say, I have an 8-year-old daughter too, and she's been interested in writing a book, but she may have to call you and talk to you to find out how you get this done, because this is very exciting. An entire year to write this book.
It's really hard to do. I didn't really plan the story. I just went along as I went.
Oh, so you let the creativity just flow through you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And you have some more books, right? You have some more books that you might be working on.
Yeah, I'm working on another book because I'm actually the main character of my next book's in this book. Her name's Julia.
Julia. And then so Julia has another adventure.
Yeah.
All right.
She's the wisest fairy, and that's, my next book's going to be about her adventure and becoming one of the wisest, because I really think that's a big deal about that.
You really like that point in your story, and you see a lot more growth with that coming up. I cannot wait to read this. I know my 8-year-old's going to love it. And Dad, what do you feel as she continues to not only write one book but has plans for another?
It's amazing to see her progress, because when we first started, She just started with little stories, and now she's got these big ideas to go to a series, and she's been inspiring her friends and letting people know. And the great thing is to let them know that you don't have to, you know, the publishing world has changed, so you don't have to go in and get an agent and a publishing contract, that anyone can do this. And she's been able to do this, and you know, we were lucky enough to have someone kind of walk us through this. We had an online company, self-publishing school, that was able to walk us through this, but anybody can do it. You know, you don't have to have these big publishing deals and worry about buying 300 books. You know, you can go and anybody can do it. So she's got friends that are starting it already, and we're really looking forward to what she can do with this and how it's going to grow and hopefully become a series that she can have for the rest of her life.
That's fantastic. Wonderful advice, too. And hey, do me a favor, create the Emma Literacy Foundation and create an organization where you inspire other kids to write their own books, and you can kind of help them to publish their own. I love this. This is fantastic.
Just having almost a guideline and process, and you can follow what she's done, and it's really
We're going
to
to chat after this segment, by the way. You're not going anywhere, young lady. I do have to say, make sure you check out her book. As mentioned, 100% of the proceeds go to the foundation that Emma had mentioned, which is Autism Speaks. Emma, I'm going to get your autograph here, and right now we're going to hook some people up with some free tickets to a concert, so you hang out with